So what is NetSuite Next? It is the next generation of Oracle NetSuite. This isn't just a new UI. I mean, it is a new UI, but it is basically it's AI everywhere, and we're going to get to that in a second. But it's pretty exciting announcement that they had. Sean or Chrissy, any input from at least in what we initially heard?
Yeah, I can tell you just based on what we saw and how NetSuite Next is gonna roll out. This is gonna be pretty revolutionary in regards to being able to operate within the environment and leverage some of the AI components that are becoming more prevalent in the ethosphere to really leverage some of that new technology to assist with decision making and reporting and amongst other activities within the environment.
So a couple call outs, right? This is a screenshot. We do have a couple short videos we're going to share here as well. But you will see it's a much kind of flatter view with some key metrics across the top, other kind of graphs and different things. The biggest thing I would call out here is in the bottom right-hand side, Ask Oracle. So that is going to be the AI agent. That's you can literally ask anything, and we'll get to that here in a second. So this is again the new UI, the Jet UI technology. Why that is important today when NetSuite loads, it basically loads. If you ask it to do something, it reloads the whole page at one time, and then you ask it to do something else, it again refreshes the entire page. What's coming is instead of loading the entire page, it is just going to load pieces that you would ask. So from what we're understanding, there is going to be some significant performance enhancements by just that happening. This is called the Redwood design. They've actually been working on this for quite some time. I'll show you here in a second where you can even toggle to the current Redwood design. It does not have what you're seeing here, but you can see what they've already kind of been working on. And then we're going to talk about the Ask Oracle here in a second. And there's going to be a whole new mobile desktop app that's also coming with this new UI. So regarding like today, I just mentioned that you can go to Home, Set Preferences, and you can enable that. Now this, when you do this today in the next 5 minutes, this does not have what we're showing you. We have been told, not officially, so don't count on it. Things always do change. This this new generation NetSuite Next maybe is available as early as kind of end of first quarter, beginning of second quarter next year. But we have been told it's for sure coming in 2026. It will not require an upgrade or anything. It basically an end user can go, and we expect something very similar to this to enable the new NetSuite Next. So a big part of Oracle or of NetSuite Next is this Ask Oracle. Sean, do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, so with Ask Oracle, the biggest takeaway on this is that it's more conversational, right? The way that they explained this when we were there is that the functionality behind it is supposed to be an assistant in a sense. You're using this very similar to how you would use some of those other AI tools that are currently out in the environment, but it then takes actionable actions on it. It creates certain transactions based on PDFs that are uploaded, or it will create reports at a request saying, hey, we need to be able to see these specific metrics or these specific data points. It allows for them to go in there and actually generate that for you without you having to do the work behind the scenes. So very intuitive, and it allows for a lot of flexibility with how you guys can operate and see different data points within the environment.
Yeah, one of the things like they showed a few different things, right? Again, go ask it to do anything, and we'll run
Yeah.
a short demo. The other thing, like you can have it go create a journal entry, or we expect it to be able to go create time entries. Um, So again, it's they even demoed go create like they kind of someone typed and it created a workflow, step one, step two. So again, some pretty exciting stuff. So I'm gonna go here to the next, and please let me know if the audio isn't working. I'm expecting the audio to work here.
With NetSuite Next, we've completely reimagined our global search with Ask Oracle to instantly find any information anywhere in your account. Just start typing in your own words. For example, I want to search for a customer called Awesome Fit. Even though my spelling isn't perfect, Ask Oracle understands and displays AI-powered results right away. Need to refine? I can add more detail like open sales orders, and it instantly narrows down to exactly what I want. I can even narrow it down to sales orders with specific items. Want to create a journal entry? Just type New Journal. I don't have to learn NetSuite terminology. I use my own words, and NetSuite understands me. And for anyone who still wonders, where's the menu? Don't worry, it's right there.
So that's again just a short snippet. You can actually get to that on the NetSuite page itself, and there's a few other videos you can watch. All right, this is
Here we ask, how do our
here's a second one that kind of talks about this concept of a canvas. So hopefully you get a good sense of what a canvas is after you watch this.
Here we ask, how do our most and least profitable items compare? And Ask Oracle first responds with a quick text summary, giving an immediate answer. From there, the user opens a canvas, turning that quick insight into a deeper analysis. And this is where the collaboration comes alive. The canvas isn't just a one-off answer. It's a dynamic space where the user and AI work together to refine and shape the content. First, we add discount rates into the chart. Then we expand the executive summary, tailoring the output so it becomes more than generic analysis. It becomes actionable insight. Because it's connected to NetSuite, the work remains grounded in real business data, governed by defined metrics, and immediately usable in day-to-day workflows. And Ask Oracle is fully transparent. How it interpreted your question, the data and metrics it accessed, and the logic and reasoning it applied. Finally,
so a couple of other things I'll add to this that they talked about with these canvases, right? You can just, it's AI, right? You're going to start to ask it questions and refine and build a given narrative with some charts. You can save that and then just reuse that over time, right? And make them kind of your favorites. And then you can also share these narratives, these prompts with other members within, your company. So again, pretty neat stuff. So hopefully you got a sense that AI is everywhere. It's just going to be part of your Oracle NetSuite account. And we'll come at the very end. We'll go through the questions. Sean, comments around this piece you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean the fact that it is Ask Oracle, it's built into the product, not something that you got to add on to it. Gives you a lot of flexibility. It sees your data, it understands your data, and it starts learning your data as you guys start using it and interacting with it. The one thing I will call out in regards to the AI being embedded in the environment is that it does adhere to the roles and permissions as well. So if you guys have team members and you got different user rules out there, it does, based on what they discussed, adhere to that. So a layer of governance as well kind of tagged into that. So being able to leverage it for pretty much any use case is going to be pretty powerful.
And you'll see kind of faster closes, cleaner AR, right? I'll talk about the concept of agents and how that's going to play into all sorts of different aspects within your NetSuite account. So this is just, towards the end, we're going to talk about OCI, the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and why it matters. A couple things I want to call out, right? So there's this whole OCI piece that we're going to talk about. There are already some of the key players that are leveraging OCI. The main reason is, so we have the UX, the new UI we're talking about right now, but as part of this release, there's going to be all of these. There's an AI connector, which I'm going to show. And then there's all these toolkits to create your own AI agents for our team or other end users. And I don't think you won't have to be a developer to use these toolkits. But there's this whole kind of toolkit studio coming to build out AI agents. So yeah, the workflows are here. You'll be able to use these toolkits. Oracle NetSuite's going to continue to build out their own AI agents as well. Sean, do you have any comments on this one?
Yeah, with the way that they've explained some of those agentic workflows, being able to automate some of the things that are more of the monotonous tasks within the environment is going to become pretty streamlined with these workflows that can be established and generated. Getting them all put in place, being able to do kind of three-way matching outside of the natural stuff that NetSuite already has to offer, some of the more robust functionality around the accounting cycle and managing accounting periods. There's a lot of benefit here, and it allows for a lot of flexibility. So you can kind of define what those rules are going to be and how those workflows are going to work, just based on that toolkit and some of the functionality within the environment.
Great. So, the best AI is built on the best data. And all of our clients, anybody using Oracle NetSuite, right, it already is on a kind of a system of truth, right? You've already done a really good job of eliminating disparate systems. So we're going to talk towards the end about your data is still very important, even if it's in Oracle NetSuite. If you still have other disparate systems and there's things that you could pull back in or start to leverage more within Oracle NetSuite, you can imagine you have all these separate things. It's going to be really hard for an AI agent to have context without getting to that system of truth. So yes, the UI, the UX is getting this whole new upgrade, which we talked about. So this is just a couple more screenshots. So we talked about the Redwood dashboard, the whole Ask Oracle, the canvas, the ability to build these agentic workflows, this whole concept of this narrative insights where you're going to ask, it's going to build charts and graphs with narratives, dark mode. So these are things that have been kind of shared with us as well. And then the next piece I kind of want to talk about is this whole connector, this MCP connector. This is available today, by the way. So Claude .ai and then ChatGPT are currently supported, where you can use the pro versions of either of those and connect with your Oracle NetSuite account. So I'm going to just quickly show you that. So I'm in here as a controller, and we've added, this is something that our team has added, but this basically Ask AI button. And what this does is this, in this case, launches Claude. There is a whole, like I said, there is a connector where you can manage your connectors. And then I can connect this to any account. So this is connected to one of our demo accounts. The way the connector works as well, it does require the pro version. For Claude, it's like $18 per month per user. The other piece I would call out is when you connect, I only have access to the role that my normal login is, right? So if I'm in accounts payable, and that's the only role I have, I only have access to the accounts payable data. Where if I'm controller CFO, then I've got access to all of the data that a controller CFO goes. So there's again, it's a closed loop, closed large language model, and then the NetSuite role security just follows along. So you literally can ask it anything. I do have within Claude, you can set up different projects and different things. So I have an example I'll just kind of quickly show you where, and again, what's possible. And this is available today. Like I said, you don't need to wait for NetSuite Next to do any of this stuff with either Claude or ChatGPT. So in this case, again, this is my demo account. It's a professional services company. But I asked, okay, what's the billing address? So it went and did a bunch of work and it found the billing address. Then I asked, okay, what open projects does this client have? So it went and did a bunch of work and it found a bunch of open projects. Okay. I'm like, well, then find the past due projects. So again, I went and did a bunch of work and it found all the past due projects. At this point, I'm just kind of testing and playing around. I went in a completely different direction, and I'm like, well, bring back the 10 clients with the highest AR balance. So it went and again did its queries, and it found the top 10, but it even knew to say, well, if I'm going to bring in the top 10, you probably want to email or call the client, right? It just did that on its own. So it brought all that information back. I'm like, well, can you turn that into a graph? So let's see. Here's the chart that generated, right? Pretty standard stuff. A nice looking chart of here's my top 10 clients. And then I had to go like grab all of the invoices for a given client. So here's one of my clients, and here's all of the past due invoices, right? So I just kind of kept asking it different things. And then eventually I'm like, okay, just take all of this and put it into a really nice PDF that I can share. So here is the PDF that created. So here's all the client information. Oh, there's 43 projects, 23 past due, 53% past due rate. There's 7 projects that are from 2023. Probably should do something to get those closed out. And then, right, it put everything in a nice organized chart, kind of color coded what's past due, gave me some critical path information. Here's those top 10 clients, right? Some key insights. Here's all of the invoices and the aging for this client. And again, which invoices are, really past due or critical and some concerns. So you can see within just a couple minutes of asking some questions, it generated a nice summary report. And then, some other things. I won't walk you through this, but we're now testing, drop information out from Excel, in this case, time entry. So drop my projects, and I went and entered time into Excel. And then in this case, I uploaded the Excel document. And I said, just go create time entries. So this is an example where it went and created records. The AI agent went and created records. So these are examples of just many things you could do, right? It's AI. All right, back to the present. So this is what is called the PCP connector. If you are interested in using this, please reach out to our team and we can get this connected. I will tell you, this is new stuff. Like this, Claude was just released and right around August-ish, and ChatGPT was just released a month ago. The connectors to NetSuite. But it's available and our team can start to work with you on it. So this gets to the point, right? Partners like us, system integrators, we're going to be expected to not just implement ERP, but to help provide support, consulting, build these agents for our clients, and we are actively working on different aspects of this even today. Sean, do you have any comments on this one?
No, it's a really good call out. The terminology in here is more helping you guys how to teach the ERP to then think about business through these workflows and these integrations that will allow for you guys to have a little bit more visibility into how things are progressing and how things are operating within the environment instead of just standing it up for you guys. So a lot more involved in building out things that give you guys some visibility into your business.
Yeah, and this concept called agents, right? So the where I uploaded an Excel and had it create time entries, that is an agent that needed to be created. Um, but eventually, I think you're going to ask AI to create agents, right? So it's definitely there's aspects of this that may require developers more technical, but I think end users like myself, that's not a developer, you're gonna be able to use AI to go create agents as well. So this is getting towards the end here. So we talked about NetSuite Next and all of the, Ask AI. AI is everywhere embedded within Oracle NetSuite. The other key call out I want to talk about is NetSuite. It's not just, I mean, this is cool tech, but there's more going on here by being on NetSuite than just cool tech. So I don't know if you guys have been watching, like the stock market per se with Oracle, but about a month-ish ago, Oracle hit a new high. Larry Ellison was announced like the richest man in the world. Um, and the reason for that, what's really driving that was all of these contracts where all of the big providers, OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, Cohere, this is Claude, which I just talked about, Meta, all of the main players are leveraging the Oracle the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, which is the OCI. They're leveraging that platform. So why does that matter to everybody on this call? Oracle NetSuite is already on OCI. So as Oracle continues to grow and evolve OCI for stability, scalability, security, to support AI for all these big players, everybody on Oracle NetSuite already gets it. So it's a pretty remarkable thing that you're just going to get it because you're on OCI. So this is our last slide. Sean, do you want to talk about kind of a checklist?
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to kind of forecasting and getting ready for all the new changes that are coming, kind of put together a 90-day checklist to kind of help give you guys some guidance as to what to expect and what to kind of forecast and how to kind of navigate this as you guys get ready for the new generation of NetSuite. As Dirk had called out in a previous slide, data readiness is going to be the biggest factor here, right? The AI is great and it's going to be extremely beneficial across the board, but it's only as good as your data. And making sure that you go through and remove duplicates and identify that your master data is good, everything is ready to go. That'll be the first step. And then from there, you can prioritize those use cases, understand what you're trying to do, what those successful metrics are going to be, and identify who the owners are going to be, who's going to be testing this, who's going to be validating that everything is working the way it needs to. And then it goes into the pilot and governance. So in this scenario, what we always recommend when it comes to an implementation in general is do everything in sandbox. You guys have a sandbox environment, test it in there first to make sure that the right people are seeing the right data points and that everything is in place so that when you guys start using this open AI, there's no concerns around who's being able to access it and what the rules are. And then just training on it, getting into the system and understanding how it works, understand what it can do for you guys. And then from there, determine what you guys want to have. How do you guys want to build out KPIs? How do you guys want to start putting these things into place? And how do you guys want to review it to make sure that everything is still working the way you guys expect it to? It's giving you the results that you guys are looking for and how you guys want that system to work. So a lot of things to consider here, and a lot of different data points to get ready for it. But ultimately, following kind of the step-by-step here and understanding the different components will get you guys in a good spot when NetSuite Next rolls out.
So that kind of concludes our presentation.